guys, WWTD this week. I'm back, I'm on site. We're actually at a new purchase that we just did. When I'm back in town, I took a little time off last week. I went to Bend, Oregon. If any of you guys have ever been to Bend, one of my most favorite places to go. I think it's Oregon's little gem. Love to move there someday, that's for sure. Been saying that for a while, but might make that a reality here in the next few years, that's for sure. Or at least spend some more time there. A lot of fun, great place, a lot of activities, great weather. If you're into snowboarding, skiing in the wintertime, it's got Mount Bachelor. Summertime, you know, it's got all kinds of outdoor activities. We floated the Deschutes River, played some nice golf. They got amazing golf courses out there if any of you guys watching like golf. I'm a golfer, not a great golfer, but I enjoy golf. But anyway, I'm back this week. We're out here at our new purchase. We just bought this thing last week. And what I want to talk about this week is what to do with leads like this, right? And this lead is an interesting one because we bought it thinking that we were going to tear it down. And the reason is because it's only 500 and some odd square feet, right? So if you buy a house, it's 500, 600, 700, 800 square feet, depending on the neighborhood, depending on the condition, you can potentially have the option of tearing down and building new. Now, here's the challenge, right? Everybody wants to get into new construction because they think there's a lot of money in it. And there is in certain areas, but you have to be careful where it is that you choose to do it. So the economics of the area have to support new construction pricing. And so right now, this house is inside of Southeast 52nd. So Southeast 52nd used to be the dividing line between where new construction made sense and where it didn't here in the Portland area. Now new construction has pushed outside of 52nd, but prices are lower by a significant amount than if your tear down is inside 52nd. For the most part, I'm generalizing here. But this one is on 51st, so it's just inside that major thoroughfare, which is 52nd, which is kind of a pretty big value divider. So it gives us the option of either renovating this house and selling it as a very small little 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 500 and some odd square foot house, which it would sell, or we could tear it down and we could build a new house in this place. And so we've done a few others that you guys have may seen or you've heard me talk about if you listen to the podcast, or we haven't torn down. We've actually renovated in place because I just feel like it's a better house for the neighborhood. This one, we're gonna tear it down. And the reason being is because it's inside that major thoroughfare. So what I want to talk about, and you can see the inside footage here. One thing we always do before we tear houses down is we'll strip the house, right? We'll strip it of anything of value. The guys on the crew can sell the stuff, recycle it, whatever, and make a few bucks with it. In this house, you can see all the appliances that were left, new kitchen cabinets. So there's a lot of stuff that we can actually take out of the house before we tear it down. We also have to remove asbestos because that's a big thing around here. If you leave asbestos and you tear it down, you get in deep, deep doo-doo, so don't want to do that. But basically, what I want to talk about and just kind of elaborate on a little bit more is whether or not your lead that you're looking at like this is ready for new construction, right? Is that even an option for you? And so you really need to look at values in the area. I would say if, you know, infill new construction homes aren't selling for at least $400,000, you know, honestly, I would probably not build new, and I'd look to renovate just because the margins are going to be pretty compressed for new construction because you can only build for so cheap. Now, some markets I understand are cheaper than others, but on the average, if you're selling new construction for less than $400,000, it's a tight margin, and so you're almost better off renovating, less work, less time, and make the same amount of money or more. When you start to get above that $400,000, $399 sale price, potentially for new construction, then it opens you up to potentially making more and more money. Now, you obviously have lot acquisition costs. This particular lot we paid $200,000 for, or this house. We'll probably build for another, I don't know, 280-ish, and we'll probably sell it in the 7s, something like that. So you can see that there's obviously a nice margin there. But you have to pay attention to what the values are in the area, and generally speaking, that line is about $400,000 to make it worth building new construction, in my opinion. And really, we wouldn't build one that's even a $399. I think it'd probably have to be $499 to make it really worth it. But that's kind of the line. Now, I think there's a big opportunity that leaves moving forward in the future, and that's something that we're going to look at trying to fill that void, and I'll talk about that later on subsequent shows here. But as of right now, you get a lead in like this, really pay attention to the area that it's in and recognize whether or not that area is ready for new construction. And if it is ready for new construction, is it the type of project that would yield a great return or just kind of a compressed decent return? And so for me personally, I'd rather, if I'm going to do new construction, I'd rather make a nice healthy return as opposed to a bunch of new construction that just generates a compressed type return. And I know some guys do that, but it's just not the game that I want to play. I'd rather just renovate houses because you can make just as much money or more, and you can do it a lot quicker. So anyway, that's the economics of new construction. Pay attention to that when you guys have leads in that look like the house that we just bought here, and from there you can decide whether or not it's best suited to tear it down, or whether maybe you should renovate it yourself, or you should flip it to a builder, you should flip it to a rehab, or one of the two, depending on what your business model looks like. So that's this week's WWTD. As I always say, I may not walk on water, but I'm out here walking on my own job site today. See you guys next week.